Pokemon Breath of the Wild. That's what we all expected with Legends Arceus, and my name is JP. I've been playing Pokemon since I came out of my mother's vagina. This game was something I was extremely hyped for. Many years of Pokemon, and I've been dying for an open world experience. After playing Breath of the Wild, I was excited for the direction Nintendo was going in and was hoping that Nintendo would do this for Pokemon as well. They did do it, but I think that they fumbled the bag a little bit. Does that mean that this game is horrible and not worth it? No. But I do think that there are many things that they should have done. Before I dive into the initial problems I had with the game, I do want to say that they did need to take a risk and a leap of faith into this new direction to change the linear approach. A lot of people are saying Breath of the Wild and the Zelda franchise did it much better. No shit, Sherlock. They have many more years of experience mastering that formula. They've had other games like Wind Waker, or I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I believe there was another Zelda game as well, in which that they had open world aspects to. You get to roam around, swim around, travel different islands, do side quests, so on and so forth. In this Pokemon game, they introduced these aspects, but it's not as polished as it is for Breath of the Wild. Are we that surprised? No. Again, Pokemon, this is their first time adjusting their formula. Zelda, they've had this formula in the works for many years. It's unfair to compare Breath of the Wild to this game. But the complaints I have, I believe, are very fair critique, and I do hope to see these all get improved for a future Pokemon game. I want to start off with the notorious one that everybody on the internet, especially Twitter, are complaining about, and that is the graphics. It is the Nintendo Switch, guys. We are playing on a handheld device that has a dock as well. You could either play on your hands or you could put it on a dock, simple as that. Could they have done a little bit better with the graphics? Yes, but what are you expecting? PlayStation graphics? Cyberpunk graphics? Like, no. The Nintendo Switch is notorious for not having the best graphics. If I'm not mistaken, there's a meme about how the Nintendo Switch can't even run Apex properly. So, like, what did you genuinely expect with the graphics? Though, the complaints I have with the graphics are small and a little bit nitpicking, but I, again, think they're fair. When you are far away from a flying Pokemon like Staraptor, you see the wings flapping at 3 FPS. I can literally see every frame the wing is flapping in. And again, if you go from another distance, you start seeing very pixelated trees and shadows, and the shaders could bug out a little bit. And also when you're in the water trying to capture a Magikarp or just any water Pokemon and you throw a Pokeball, it looks like the Pokeball came straight out of Ocarina of Time. That's how pixelated and poo-poo graphics like it has. So, yeah, it does have a little bit of problems, and it does need polishing in those senses, but does it ruin the game for me? No. I think the biggest issues of the game consist of the story and consist of the grinding that is necessary to progress in the story. So, there are going to be spoilers in this video, just to get that out of the way. To progress in this story, in this game, you need to grind the hell out of the Pokédex. And no, it is not as simple as throw, ball, capture, done. You have to go do these tedious tasks, and they are virtually the same for every Pokemon. I've played MMOs back in the day, and they do have a lot of repetitive tasks, but this game kind of took it up to the next level. They didn't really add variation. They really didn't add any differences. The tasks are virtually the same throughout majority of the Pokemon in this game. So you have to go capture Growlithe and Magikarp and Pikachu and Pichu and Bidoof and Turtwig like 25 times, and then catch it 12 times without being seen, and then see Wurmple coming out of his mouth with String Shot 12 times. Like, it's just not enjoyable. It's too repetitive is my point. That is one of the biggest complaints I have. I think that if they just added a little bit more variation to the dexes, maybe more unique stuff to Pokemon or to unique to typing maybe, that would be a little bit more fun. And also the side quests, I've maybe only done a handful of side quests, but they've been pretty much give me X Pokemon to do Y. That's it. I would have liked to have seen things like, oh, this group of Pokemon are attacking this area, I need help, or this group of Pokemon are setting fire to my house, these damn Ponyta. Like, no. They didn't do anything crazy like that. That is something I would have loved to have seen maybe in a future game. The other part of the game that I have a problem with is the story. I am not going to beat around the bush. I can't tell you whether the story is good or not. I was reading the story all the way up to the second island or the second area of the game, and then I stopped. There is too much dialogue in this game. I think up until that point I stopped at, it was actually pretty interesting going back through the lore of the Sinnoh region, and like you're able to see the references in the game. I think that's really enjoyable. But they ruined that experience by shoving down so much dialogue in your throats, and it's completely awkward. Like you're going through these lunch scenes with the professor, and you're talking about your feelings. It's like, bro, I get it. I'm not watching an anime. I'm here to play a video game. Can you like let me play the game? And that's what was reoccurring in my head all the time. And another small complaint I had throughout the story and just the gameplay as a whole is the music would randomly turn off. Nintendo has good music. They've always had good music. But I would just be in the middle of a conversation with a professor and then the music just stops. And now I'm just sitting there with my own thoughts. It's like, God damn it, Nintendo. It's not fun. It's not cool. It feels lazy, and it feels like they didn't think everything through. Aside from all of those, though, I think the game overall is still a lot of fun. And again, this is a risk they needed to take. I was getting a little bit tired with the constant linear approach that the old Pokemon games had, though I am a little upset at the fact that there are not enough competitive aspects to this game. A little bit of a spoiler right now. The substitute for the gym battles and all the trainers are not that good. I get the game is more oriented around the collect 'em all, shiny hunters, and the grinders out there. But for the competitive players, I am sorry to say, the Super Saiyan versions of Pokemon, which are called the Enraged Nobles, are not fun. It's a wannabe Dark Souls game versus Goku. It's not fun. You bob and weave left and right, dodge an attack, and you throw a bag of glitter. It's very boring. It's too simple. Obviously, this game is more catered towards children, and it's very apparent in this. But with the open world aspect, I did think that they had a lot of opportunity to attract every kind of player, and they did again fumble the bag with it. For that reason, this game is a 6 out of 10 in my eyes. I hope that this is just like an experiment phase for Nintendo and Game Freak. I hope that this was just to see what the reaction would be and get some feedback to improve the next game. I still think it might be worth playing if you do like that grindiness and that catch-em-all aspect or shiny hunting. But if you are a little skeptical about the game because you did like the gyms or you did like some sort of linear approaches or you're not happy about the dialogue aspects or the graphics, then maybe it is a good idea to save your $60. I still think games like Pokemon Unite or the remakes Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were worse games than this game overall, mainly because Brilliant Diamond baited all of us thinking that Underground was going to be virtually amazing. And they marketed that part heavily, and they completely failed to deliver on that part. And Pokemon Unite was just a giant meme as a whole. So with those two games in mind, this game was not as bad as previous releases. I am excited for the future of Pokemon, and I just wanted to share my brutally honest opinion. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next video.